Hey you guys, it's Jen. I have a couple of things I want to swatch for you guys, which is my MAC eyeshadows. I have a number of shadows. These are like my own customized palettes, and then I actually have another one that's customized as well, but they're like quite large pans. I'll grab that one too. So all of these, I have purchased, like everything I purchased with my own money, unless it was like gifted to me or whatever, but, I don't get PR, I don't get anything like that. So everything that I have is basically like purchased by my own or someone that I know is money. And I wanted to do the swatches for you guys of all of my MAC singles because I feel like singles are coming back, and especially indie singles, but I also don't want people to forget that MAC eyeshadows are incredible and they're just so long lasting and they don't kick up too much in the pan and they just give off so much payoff and they just wear very well and blend very well. So I'm going to show you guys the insides of all of them, and I'm actually going to be separating this into a few different videos, but I wanted to show you guys the ones that I created, so then I'll show you what I have here. There will be duplicates. I will be doing every single MAC eyeshadow that I own, but I'll be doing my customized palettes and the pre-made palettes, so there will be duplicates. Also, I have bought singles not realizing I had those eyeshadows in palettes, so I will definitely have duplicates along the way. But this is the first palette and probably the first one that I'll be swatching because it's my most used, and it's this one here. So on this side we have like mauves and purples and pinks, and this side we have like pinks and oranges, and sort of like warm browns, and then a couple of like neutral or cooly browns. And I feel like they always apply very, very well together. I really like how they all look cohesively. Sometimes I go side to side depending on how I'm feeling, but I always pair a color side and a neutral side usually, and the reason I put the pinks on this side as well as the oranges is because I feel like they pair very well with the purples. So this is my most used one. I absolutely love that palette. So that's the one I'll be swatching today. This is the next one that I have. So you can see the very green, very blue teals, really, really pretty shadows that I almost never wear because other than today and recently, I almost never wear green and blue eyeshadows. And then I have a ton of neutrals here. You will see gouges in some because I did depot some of them and I didn't exactly know what I was doing a while ago. So some of them are pretty beat up, but they still work really great. Then I have this one here, which is my cool tones and grays and pinks on this side. So a lot of like matte eyeshadows. There's some shimmery ones here. The shimmery one here. I don't know if you can even tell because this has the separator on it, but they're just so pretty. I used to wear, I want to say it's this one. This is Satin Taupe. I know for sure just by looking at it. This I've already panned one whole pan of, and I don't think I've ever done that with another color. I use neutrals a lot, so I pan through a lot of like soft brown and nylon and brulee, but I've never panned through any other full-size MAC eyeshadow than Satin Taupe. And then of course this side is like the brown, so you have like a few kind of greeny, like shimmery tones, some browns, and a few like more pinky tone browns and shimmers. All things that I feel like would cross complement each other. And then I also have this one here, which is my most fun one that I haven't used a lot, and I know I'm going to break this out a lot in 2021. This is probably my most favorite, just looking at it and the eyeshadow quality and stuff. This is my most favorite. So on this side, there is a lot of like deep maroon shades, a lot of reds and pinks and corals, a bright pop of yellow. And then on this side, this one is, I'll swatch that in another video. I want to swatch it now, but it's a duochrome one. And MAC's been doing duochromes for a long time, and I feel like people think that like Other brands came out with it, just new, and it's like a new thing. But MAC's been doing all this kind of stuff that seems new. They've been doing it for such a long time, and I think people forget about MAC sometimes because they've been around so long and they're not really coming out with like the most amazing new things. But I feel personally, it's just my opinion, that their stuff has always been great, and I think it's just hard to top what you've been doing when all of your stuff, personally to me, is already really great. These are some more of the shadows. I have to see, let me just pop this tray out. Again, I'm not going to be swatching these ones in this video, but I do. So these trays just pop right out, and then you just put the shadow inside there. But these ones are from their Dazzle Shadow collection. So these ones are absolutely stunning, and just viewing it in the camera is not doing it any justice. Like, you legit have to see them swatched. So that'll probably be my next one, or maybe the last one. I don't know. Actually, it won't be the last one, because like last of the two-sided ones. Then this is my 6 pan, which is a really big. I don't know why I never take these off. I don't know why. But these are the 6 pan larger sized ones. I did depot or declutter one of them because I absolutely despised the shade in there. It was like a grapey, weird looking shimmery shade, and it didn't apply nice. It was just sort of like an off shadow, but all of these are so stunning. I feel like these ones are like a foiled Dazzle Shadow kind of eyeshadow, and then these two are very neutral ones. This is like a really neutral, cool toned, and this one's a very, very warm mustardy. This is like Uninterrupted, and I think they discontinued it and then came back in a mini pan, and I don't know if they still have it, but it is so good. I just wish that they could make like a tiny little, like a mini sized, where you can fit the 4 larger pans together. And then I would put this in there, like, for example, like this is my quad that I use in everything. Then I would use it in place of that one. But I just need to start busting this guy out a little bit more because it's really good. And then I have a bunch of like these kind of like the pre-made palettes. I have a ton of pre-made palettes, and then I have like a ton more little ones. So I want to swatch all of them for you, but today I'm just going to break this up into portions, and this will be just these ones here because it will get way too long if I try to do all of these in one video. So I'm just going to put a few of these back, and then we'll get started with the swatches right away. I don't know if I'll do my minis because I do have some MAC minis, but I might do those too. So we are going to pop out the trays and start with the purple pink side first because it is my favorite, my go-to, and this side that I by far use the most. So here is the side. So the first one I have is called, oh, sorry, I thought my camera thing was over here. This is Quarry. And I'll use this side of my arm because I have my tattoo down here, so I'm just going to do the side of my arm. So that's Quarry. It's so beautiful. I'm trying to make smaller swatches just because I won't have a whole lot of arm space for all of these. So this is Quarry. It's absolutely stunning. And very, very good pigmentation on most of these. I say most because, I mean, there's always going to be the odd the odd one that doesn't exactly give the best impact. And this is Haux, H-A-U-X. So this one's almost a little more warm, reddish brown in a mid-tone range. This is a really good crease color. Really, really pretty. Already, both of those, like I always use in my crease. I have so many transition shades though. I think I'm addicted to transition shades. This is Blackberry. This is another one that I use a lot in the crease. I didn't really pick up enough of that one. Also, I've had some of these for quite a long time, so you'll have to excuse, they might be quite a bit dried out, but they still perform really, really nice on the eyes. I want to make sure you see a really good swatch of this one. There we go. So that is Blackberry. Again, really pretty. A little more like purpley than this one, but along the same lines, but just a hint deeper. This one is the shade Sketch. And this one has a very tiny, tiny glitter. I don't know. I think you can probably see that. There's just the most subtle hint of a glitter in there. And if you can hear music in the background, my son is watching Netflix. So that is Sketch, pardon me. Sketch. And I did depot, so you will see like big stickers on the back of some of them. Because I like to get the free packages and then I keep them and I depot a whole bunch and put them in the palettes and then I use those for more free ones. Yeah. So Shadowy Lady. This one is a very stunning outer corner color. For having these ones in my collection for so long and using them all the time, these were my go-to shadows all the time, no matter what I did when I went out. Like you can see, this would be such a pretty Cinco palette. A really, really pretty 5-pan palette. Like I think that would be so great. Just already like that. But this was such a nice outer corner shade, and I feel like even though I've had these forever and I've used them forever, it barely looks like I've dipped into some of these. This one is Stars and Rockets, and it's so pretty. This one's again like almost like a duochrome effect. Very shimmery, almost like a raspberry blue. It is so pretty. My finger's a little bit dirty, so you might see more of the purple there, but you can see the blue kind of effect in there, and it does show up pretty good on the lid, but I would recommend putting some sort of a tacky base to get really like thick pigmentation. It does show up really good, but if you really want that blue effect to show, I think the blue is meant to be like in the background, but it definitely shows up in the eyeshadow. And this one is Hepcat. I'm not sure if this one is still available. I think it may be discontinued, but I'll swatch it anyhow because sometimes, you know, the vault comes out. But this one is really getting old. Like, it's really old. But this one is Hepcat, like a warm purpley mauve color, but pink, like almost pink actually. It's more so like pink plum purple. You know what? I don't even know. You guys can judge for yourself. It's just hard to explain the shadows when they have so much dimension to them and you see them next to these other shadows. It gets a little confusing. Also, I have a bunch of tearing going on in this eye, and I'm going to be losing a lot of my eyeshadow, so please bear with me. This happens all the time, and this is why I normally don't wear eyeshadow underneath my eyes, so please bear with me. This one, again, is Cranberry. Super pretty. A nice shimmery red cranberry shade. Guess I went a little too far on that one. I'm trying to keep some space, but you can see already like how pretty these look together, and just on the eye, it's so stunning. Honestly, it's legit my favorite 15-pan anything. This is Star Violet. This one again is an oldie but a goodie. It's a resemblant of Cranberry, but like a hint more on the peachy side. It really goes nicely with like this one here especially, and like deepened with this in the corner. Really, really pretty. Stay in there. There we go. All right. Next we have Nocturnal or Nocturnelle. I'll show you what it's spelled like. If you can see that. I'm not sure that it's gonna I'm sorry if you can't see that, but it's like Nocturne and then ELLE. So this one is so gorgeous. Look at how beautiful that is. It's like a satiny eyeshadow. Really pretty. So this is what we're at so far. My kid's coming closer, so I'm hoping that he stays where he is. He's so excited. Okay, and this is Parfait Amour, which is a very like purpley, cool toned eyeshadow, which is incredibly stunning, honestly. It's very pretty, and it reminds me of one of their other eyeshadows right now that I think it's an Extra Dimension eyeshadow, and I'm using it in my 12 grams of Christmas right now. And he wants my attention. This one's Vibrant Grape. Anyhow, the other one is very resemblant of that. So if you can't find Parfait Amour, you can try Smoky Mauve. It's incredibly resemblant, but it's more like warm. But the same idea. You'd see it swatched, and it's like, yeah, just like a warmer version of that. So yeah, this one is Vibrant Grape. It is just exactly as it sounds. Oops. Just a very beautiful, vibrant, grapey color. This one is Fig One. Again, a matte eyeshadow. Absolutely stunning. I should look into the viewfinder. That one is so pretty. If you can get your hands on this, I highly recommend Fig One. It's so pretty. This one is Indian Ink. It's a very beautiful like blue purple. Oh my gosh, it's so soft too. And this one is really nice and like purpley gray toned. It's super pretty, and I wish I could get the proper swatch, but I keep forgetting where I am. So yeah, it's like a deep purpley gray tone color. It's so pretty. So you can tell there are like some warm areas and some cool tone areas, but honestly, on the eye, they all pair super pretty together. And this last one is my very favorite MAC eyeshadow ever, and it's called Deep Damson. And it's like, of course, a like maroon red color. And I'll put this last one down here. That was a very bad swatch. But it's like legit so beautiful on the eye. It's very resemblant of Bitten from Makeup Geek. So yeah, there's that whole 15 pan. I'm starting to lose my voice already, and we've only done one side. And then I'll do the others on this portion. So the next side we'll start with the pink one. So this one is Passionate. Really beautiful, like pinky red kind of color. And like, I hope you guys can really see the true colors here because they're just stunning. And I don't know, I can't not love MAC. I just feel like they're so wonderful. Their eyeshadows are so beautiful. Their products are gorgeous. So pretty. And then the next one is Sushi Flower, which is a like shimmer. It's, well, it says it's a satin actually. So it's not so shimmery, but just a little bit of a shimmer on like a matte, almost a matte look. There we go. Too much powder. So you can see it's like kind of mattified, but it just has like the slightest sheen to it. And the next one, now we're getting into like the peachy oranges. So this is Expensive Pink, which was another one of my super favorites when I was younger. And this one is so pretty. It's again like a shifty, like a peachy orange to a gold peach shift. So pretty. So pretty. The next one is called, oh, and some will have some tape on the back. This one's just straight up orange. It's called Orange, and it's a matte eyeshadow. Again, like amazing, huge pigmentation right off the hop. Love it. This next one is taped, so I'm just going to leave it in there. It's called Dazzle Light. And it's this one right here. Very, very soft and picks up quite a bit on the finger. And it's just like a white, like a, almost like a gold, creamy white. So pretty. All right, the next one we have is called Coppering. Very favorite old school shade. Again, I'm not even sure if any of these are still around, but if you can get your hands on them, I highly recommend them. So that's Coppering. And again, you can see how some of the eyeshadows could pair pretty well together, especially like the reddish with the oranges. So that's kind of why I gave it such like a little diverse pairing. And I always like to have neutrals with color. So one side is usually neutral, like browns, and the other side is usually really colorful. This one is called Amber Lights, and it wasn't one of my very favorites, but I kind of collected matte singles, so, or MAC singles, I should say. And again, that one's okay, like very pretty, but I think I've seen that color done so much that it's just kind of not anything exciting for me. This shade, however, the next three shades are beautiful. This one is called Brown Script. Like, look at that. That's incredible. It's so pretty. And this is one of my newer ones, so you can see how it performs as opposed to one of the older ones. But I usually do pair these orangey browns and stuff with some of the other shadows as well on the other side. This one is called Red Brick, and it is exactly that. It's so pretty. Again, one of my newer ones. These three actually are relatively new-ish. This one is, I think it's Rule. Yeah, this one's Rule. So this would just be like, it's almost a gradient of orangey brown to orange to sort of like a light orange, and I love the three of these together on the eye. Really pretty, especially this blended in the crease. So pretty. So far that's what we have, and we have one row of 5 left to go. This one is Brun, B-R-U-N. Just a very like a neutral, cool toned brown. Actually, it's very cool toned. Very cool toned brown. But I put this in the outer corner and it just looks really good with all of these. But it's probably the least used compared to this one here. This one is Mystery. This one's pretty close to the same shade, but I feel like it's got a little bit more warmth to it. And this one is right here. So again, very neutral compared to this one. This one's more cool tone. This is very neutral, but not like super on the warm side, where this next one, very warm. But I wanted to make sure that I had like a color of of everything in my palette for some reason. I just felt like that would be a smart choice, and I haven't been disappointed by that choice. And you can move them wherever you want, honestly. This one's in Bark, and again, this one's more new, and it's the warmest brown of the three there. So you got cool tone, neutral, and warm. Really pretty. And again, like even doing something like this, I feel like would be fun in a palette. For those of you who like to like put warm and cool tones together, sometimes it doesn't look that great, but I haven't had any issues with all of these together. This next one is Swiss Chocolate, and it's again like a warmer, like neutral, just like a deeper crease shade, I guess. I would put this like all over the lid for a beautiful grungy smoky eye. So pretty. So pretty. It does look like chocolate. It's just so gorgeous. And this is the last one, and this one doesn't look like it gets used a whole lot. It's a very cool tone. It's called Wedge, but this would be such a nice crease shade for fair skin tones. And this is the last one right here. This was an older one, so bear with me. It's drier. I'm going to try and pick up more product, but there you go. So this is my warm side, or more like brown orangey side of my 15s. And then this one is the purples, warm and cool, on the other side of the palette. So I do pair a lot of these together. I hope you can see how well that they would go together. Some of them of course not, but yeah. So that's all of my MAC eyeshadows in this palette. And that's all I'm going to be swatching today, because otherwise this video will be crazy. So this is part one. I will do another swatch of maybe one or two more in the next one, and I'll keep going from there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give MAC a think, because honestly, they are so great. I love these so much, and they really... swatches don't even do them justice. They look incredible on the eye, and I can't get enough of MAC. So please do check them out. I really hope you do. Let me know what you thought of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.